Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. We're back today with another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet solo run. This time we are using Armarouge as we're doing an Armarouge vs Armarouge run for the next couple to see which one can do better while being in the opposite games. When we look at Armarouge's base stat total, we've got a good BST of 525, with defense and special attack being our highest. HP is also good and special defense is pretty decent as well. Speed is one of our slowest, attack being the only other one lower. But all round, very good stats compared to some of the other Pokemon that we've used. And when we look at our move pool, we can see we have a very good variety of moves that we can use throughout this run, including things like Energy Ball, Flash Cannon, Dark Pulse, Psychic, Lava Plume. A lot of good moves overall, which are going to be very good for a lot of the different Pokemon that we will face during this challenge. At the start of the game, we're going to pick up our starter, and we're going to make sure that Nemona has the water type Pokemon, as we are fire and we have Terra Fire for our Terra for now until we can change it later. We've also got the Flash Fire ability, which doesn't come into play a lot. Not really any Pokemon's going to try and use a fire move against us. But it does come up once, I think, during one fight. So we pick up our Sprigatito, Nemona takes on Quaxly, and we can head down to the beach and battle Nemona. As the battle begins, this fight we cannot lose. I think I've tried to lose it just to see what happens once, but I've just not been able to so far. I mean, you probably can if you spend a lot of time. I just was like, let's go for a few other moves, but that's not relevant to this run. We just take the Quaxly out with a couple of grass moves, nothing overly exciting, take a little bit of damage in between. Then after that, we are free to move our Armarouge over from Pokemon Home as we get access to the Pokedex and everything. And that will allow us to actually begin the run properly. Outside the gates of Mesagoza, we once again have to battle Nemona, just so that we can be introduced to this generation's gimmick, terrestrialization. And it also gives us a little bit of time to go and level up our Armarouge, as I do breed them so that it does start at level 1 in the game, whereas the starter would normally be at level 5. But we begin the battle. We've got our Armarouge now, and Nemona leads off with Quaxly as we take it down with Psyshock after a couple of turns. Nothing overly exciting. And then Nemona will send in her Palmy, which is what is going to terrestrialize against us for the battle. This is the only battle where Nimona won't terrestrialize the starter, and we'll just go for a fire move. We actually managed to win this fight. I don't always win this fight, it's not needed to win, I just come and do it. If I win, I win, if not, then not. But we do win this time, which is nice, it's a good start. And then we can go and finish off the tutorial, starting off the 3 storylines for this game. Once we've done all of that, we have a time of exactly 1 hour in this run. We are over to our first gym leader now, and as always it is the bug type gym leader Katie. We're at level 13 with a time of 1 hour 10 minutes, and we're holding the wise glasses, and we hold the wise glasses for every single fight with this run. There's not one we don't. Katie leads off with a nimble as we start the fight by terrestrializing. Just because Bug's neutral and I wasn't sure if we were going to outspeed everything. Armarouge is slow in my mind, but it's faster than I thought it was going to be. We take the nimble out with a mystical fire before Tarantula comes in. That is also taken out with a single mystical fire, leading to Katie's ace Pokemon Teddiursa, which she sends in and terrestrializes to the bug type, as we go for a mystical fire once again. After the little animation for terrestrialization kicks off, we are faster and we do take it down with a single hit, giving us our first gym badge of the run, and that's gonna move on to the next fight after. We are over to our first Titan now, Cloth, and we're at level 14 with a time of 1 hour 19 minutes. And we did have a reset against Cloth, not this Herba Mystica form, but the first one that you face, just to the fact that we got hit with a crit after proccing Anger Shell, and it took us down in 1 hit. But Arvin joins us for this fight with a shoulder which uses Leo and stuff. It's usually not very helpful, but we are using Psyshock and that does lower their defense. So when Psyshock hits, it's more on the defensive side. So it only takes a few to take Cloth out. And once we do that, we then get the ability to run on Koraidon, making travel a lot quicker and meaning we can get to places faster. Our second gym leader is of course Brassius, the grass type gym leader, and we're at a time of 1 hour 34 minutes at level 17. We're going to start the fight off by terrestrializing. Looking back, I don't think I needed it, but at the time I thought why not, just to make sure. Brassius leads off with a Petlil, which after the animation for Terastallization goes off, falls to a single Mystical Fire, with it still being our best fire move at the moment, before Brassius sends in Smoliv. Smoliv is also outsped and taken down with a single Mystical Fire, leaving only Brassius's ace Pokemon, Sudowoodo, which is going to Terastallize to the Grass type and be called Truly Woodo. After the animation for Terastallization goes off, we're going to hit a Mystical Fire. We cannot take it down in a single hit because it has the Sturdy ability. So we'll bring it down to Sturdy and then take it down in the final hit afterwards, still outspeeding it and surviving the gym without too much damage being done to us. After beating Brassius, we head on over to our second Titan, Bombardier, the dark flying Pokemon. We are at level 20 with a time of 1 hour 47 minutes. And for this fight, we start off with our Super Potion as we cannot heal between the two phases of the fight. It's the only one that we can't. And then we are going to Terastallize to get rid of our Dark weakness, as Nacli, as always, just rock polishes up, not really doing anything to help us, boosting its speed. Once we've Terastallized, we just keep hitting it with Mystical Fire until it goes down, and we can move on to our next fight after. Also allowing us to travel across water on Miraidon. Our next battle is against the Steel Titan Orthworm. Arven, as usual, joins us for the second part of the fight, and this time he's bringing a Toedscool with him. We're at level 27 with a time of 2 hours 8 minutes, and usually I don't do Orthworm before Iono unless there's a move I want to be able to jump up to. But I just thought I'd give it a go this time and see how it went. The first phase was very easy. We Terastallized to Fire, took it out. And the same thing for the second phase. Terastallized to Fire, Mystical Fire, and we take it down with a single critical hit, giving us our third Titan beaten and allowing us to high jump now while riding Miraidon. Iono is our third gym leader. We are now at level 29 with a time of 2 hours 24 minutes as we take on the electric type specialist of the run. We begin the fight as usual by Terastallizing to help boost our fire damage, as it's probably the best move we're going to have against Iono's team. Mystical Fire will take Iono's lead Wattrel out with a single hit before Bellibolt comes in, and this is one of the more threatening Pokemon of Iono's team. It's super tanky, and Electromorphosis as an ability powering up electric moves does mean that it can hit very hard as well as paralyze him. But it goes for a water gun this time, doing a little bit of damage to us before we take it out. Leading to Luxio, which will hit us with the Intimidate ability, but we're special attackers, so it doesn't make any real difference to us. Iono's only other Pokemon left is their ace Pokemon, Miss Magius, which is going to terrestrialize to the electric type. And thanks to Levitate for an ability, it means it has no weaknesses. We go for a Mystical Fire, and with how things are going, I thought I was going to outspeed here, but we don't, and we get hit with Confuse Ray, and then we also hit ourselves in Confusion. We do take a Hex very well, and then hit the Miss Magius down low, before we actually can finish it off, giving us our third gym badge of the run. Next up is our first Team Star base, and we're going against Giacomo, the Dark type Team Star leader. We start the fight off by taking out Giacomo's lead Pokemon, Pawniard. We've got Aura Sphere at this point, it's 4 times effective, it goes down very easily before Giacomo sends in the Starmobile. And all of the Starmobiles take the type of their leaders, so this one is Dark. We Terrestrialize to get rid of our Dark weakness because we are Psychic as well, before we then get put to sleep thanks to Wicked Talk, taking a very little amount of damage. It does take a couple of turns for us to wake up, which means that the Starmobile can land a Metal Sound against us and a Snarl, lowering both our special defense and our special attack. But when we do wake up, we do good damage before taking another Metal Sound, taking the Starmobile down into the red as another Snarl drops us low, and then we can finish it off, giving us the first Team Star victory of the run. Our fourth gym leader is Kofu, the water type gym leader. We're at level 30 and we've had a little bit of a sidetrack to go grab the TM for Energy Ball. So we are on a time of 3 hours 23 minutes. Kofu's 3 Pokemon are Veluza, which we outspeed and take out with a single hit. Wugtrio, which does outspeed us but goes down to a single Energy Ball after doing minimal damage. And Kofu's ace Pokemon, Abominable, which for some reason this part of the video is a bit off. I think I edited it wrong, but we do outspeed and take it out in a single hit after it terrestrializes to the water type. The next battle that we are up against is Mela, the fire type leader of Team Star. We've leveled up quite significantly since the last fight, now at level 41, with a time of 3 hours 38 minutes. We also had another reset in between here when I tried to take Larry on at level 41. Mela only has 2 Pokemon, and those are Torkoal, which sets up the sun, boosting fire damage from the fire type Team Starmobile. Luckily for us, we resist the fire moves, so it's not too much of an issue, as we get hit with a Screech, which lowers our defense, hitting a Mystical Fire for really good damage, lowering their special attack. They do have speed boost, but they outsped us anyway. Take a bit of damage, and then Aura Sphere, giving us the very close to the KO. And another turn, we're going to survive. We've got good defenses, so we take the Starmobile out with another Aura Sphere, and that means that 2 are now beaten. That means we also have half of the badges now collected. Our next gym leader is Larry, the normal type gym leader. Larry's team can be annoying. They like to use statuses before Larry's ace Pokemon. But because I've already tried this, I know we can take the Kamala out with a single Aura Sphere. He does Sucker Punches this time, doing a little bit of damage to us before Larry's second Pokemon comes in, which is the Dunsparce. We Aura Sphere again, taking it almost out in a single hit before we get hit with a Glare. We then finish the Dunsparce off after taking a Drill Run, leading to Larry's ace Pokemon, which is Staraptor, terrestrialized to the normal type. Before the terrestrialization happens, everyone in the gym has to cheer and encourage Larry on, because he just doesn't want to. He's just got no energy, he's done with everything, and I love that. But once that's happened, we are then able to take Staraptor out. Staraptor goes for the Facade against us, which does drop us very low. And if we were paralysed, we wouldn't have won. But a single Aura Sphere takes Staraptor out, giving us 5 gym badges now. Next up is Iron Treads. We're at level 45 with a time of 4 hours and 7 minutes. Arven joins us again for the Titan battle as we start off the fight by terrestrializing. I was going to go for a fire move here, but it's raining and the rain does affect fire damage. No matter what anyone else says, I've done these ones enough to know that weather does actually affect it. So after taking a ground move and surviving, we hit Aura Sphere, taking it down as Scovillain hits a Scary Face, lowering its speed. Meaning on the next turn, we outspeed, bring it low thanks to a crit, and Fire Fang from the Scovillain is enough to finish off Iron Treads, giving us the 4th Titan beaten and the ability to glide when riding around on Miraidon. Next up is our 6th gym leader, Rhyme, the ghost type gym leader. And we are at level 48 with a time of 4 hours 31 minutes, and we picked up the TM for Dark Pulse along the way. We start the fight off as always by terrestrializing our Armarouge, gets rid of our ghost weakness due to psychic typing, and hit a Dark Pulse into the Burnett as our Azurill just uses Splash. I mean, it doesn't even get to use it because it's killed first, but we go for Splash with it. We take a Sucker Punch as well, but it does very little damage to us, and take Burnett out. And as Houndstone is sent in next, we get the Omni Boost from the crowd for Terrestrializing. I am thinking about stopping Terrestrialization in this fight because of the Omni Boost, but it's part of the game mechanics, so I don't know at the minute. Once we've got the Omni Boost, we Dark Pulse and take out the Houndstone as Mimikyu sets up a Reflect. Houndstone still goes down in one move, and we get another boost for taking the Houndstone out as Toxtricity comes in. Toxtricity, being Rhyme's ace Pokemon, is the one that's going to Terrestrialize to the Ghost type. We outspeed it, hit it with a Dark Pulse, and it goes down, leaving only Mimikyu for us to beat. All we've got to do is break its disguise and then hit it again, and that's victory against our 6th gym leader. Which also means that we now can go get our bottle caps and nature mints, things like that, and actually have some good IVs and EVs, as well as a good nature, because we've not had very good ones up until this point. With our IVs, EVs and nature now done, we're at level 50, as that's what you need to be able to use the bottle caps. And we've got a time of 4 hours 51 minutes as we take on the poison type leader of Team Star, Atticus. We're going to start the fight off by Terrestrializing because Skuntank has Sucker Punch, which it goes for, as we take it out with a Flamethrower. This then brings in Revavroom, which we outspeed, and is it steel and poison? We take it out with a Flamethrower again. Atticus's Pokemon after this is Muck, which we hit with Psyshock, taking it down in a single hit. This leaves Atticus to go on a little bit of a speech before sending in the Starmobile. As always, this one is poison to match the Team Star base. It does outspeed us and hit us with a Wicked Talk, but to my surprise, a single Psyshock is enough to take it out, giving us another one of Team Star beaten. Our 7th gym leader is Tulip, the Psychic type gym leader. And we're at level 51 with a time of 5 hours and 12 minutes after doing the gym challenge for this and battling Nemona just before. Tulip leads off with a Faragariff, which Dark Pulse takes out before a Sparfra comes in. We outspeed it, take it out with a Dark Pulse, leading to God of War. We picked up Shadow Ball from the last gym, so God of War falls to a single Shadow Ball, leaving only Tulip's ace Pokemon, which is a Florges, which is going to Terrestrialize to the Psychic type after the cutscene, and we're going to hit it with Dark Pulse. Try and get a flinch because we know it's quite a tanky Pokemon. We don't get the flinch, and we do get hit with a Moonblast. That doesn't do a lot of damage to us, but does lower our special attack, which is quite annoying. which means that we don't get to take it out on the next hit. Taking another Moonblast before Florges finally falls, giving us 7 gym badges. It's time now for our 8th and final gym badge against Grusha. We're at level 52 with a time of 5 hours 22 minutes, and there's not really a lot to say about this. We're going to start off by terrestrializing, boosting our fire moves. Grusha's an ice type trainer. We've got flamethrower. It melts through the whole team, starting with Frostmoth, then Beartic, it's a Titan. Altaria comes out finally. It is the terrestrialized Pokemon as the ace Pokemon, but it's ice and we outspeed it. Very easy gym for Armarouge here. There's not really, like I said, a whole lot I can say about this at this point. So we're just going to move on to the next fight. Dondozo Totsugiri is next. For Dondozo, we outsped it, we got Energy Ball, it couldn't take us out. It wasn't a challenge, it was 2 moves, it wasn't really worth showing. But for Tatsugiri, we are at level 53 with a time of 5 hours 38 minutes. And we picked up the TM for Dragon Pulse as we can learn it. And that's what we do, we just keep spamming Dragon Pulse, getting hit with Icy Winds to slow us down slightly. Greedent almost gets taken out, but it goes for a takedown after a Leer, and another Icy Wind is not going to kill us. Dragon Pulse takes it low, we take a Dragon Pulse back, surviving, finishing it off, giving us all of the Titans beaten, and meaning we can climb walls while riding on Miraidon now. Next up is Ortega, the Fairy type leader of Team Star. And we're at level 55 with a time of 5 hours 55 minutes. We've gone and picked up Flash Cannon as a TM to help us with this. Ortega leads off with an Azumarill, which we take out with Energy Ball before Darkspawn comes in, and we hit Terra as it does have Dark moves, and I wasn't 100% sure if we would take it out with a single Flash Cannon. After we've finished terrestrializing and the animation plays for it, I wish we could turn these animations off. We do take it out with a single Flash Cannon, leading to Wigglytuff, which also falls to a Flash Cannon. Ortega's ace Pokemon is of course the Fairy type Starmobile to match the Team Star base, and it sets up the Misty Terrain as it comes in, meaning that status elements don't work while it's up. We get hit with a Wicked Talk. It doesn't do a lot because it's fairy and we resist it, before hitting it with a Flash Cannon, doing a good amount of damage to it. On the next turn, we get hit with a Critical Steel Roller, which doesn't do too much to us, taking it down to what looks like literally 1 HP before the terrain goes. And we get hit with a Confuse Ray, of course hitting ourselves in confusion on the next turn. Still not enough to take us out, and one more hit is enough to finish off the Fairy type Team Starbase. Over to the final Team Star member and the final fight before we go and finish off each of the paths for the story. And it is of course Eri, the fighting type leader of Team Star. We're at level 57, we got a time of 6 hours and 14 minutes. We start the fight off as always by terrestrializing, as Toxicroak has Sucker Punch. And we've taught Psychic over Psyshock because the ability for this Team Starmobile means that its defense gets boosted every time it gets hit, and Psyshock hits against physical defense rather than special. But Toxicroak goes down to a single Psychic as Persimmon comes in and also goes down to a single Psychic. Annihilate is sent in next, and as everything else, we outspeed. Psychic is enough to take it out. I wasn't 100% sure it would be. Annihilate is a little bit bulkier. Eri's last Pokemon before the Starmobile is Lucario, and it is raining, so I wasn't sure if Flamethrower would be enough, but luckily it is. And that just means we've got the Starmobile left. It comes out and outspeeds us, hitting high horsepower against us, doing a good chunk of damage, but not enough to kill us, as we hit Psychic, taking it down to about a third HP left. As long as high horsepower doesn't crit, I know that we can beat the Starmobile. Luckily for us, it actually misses on the last turn and Psychic finishes it off, meaning that we have done all of the collection part and it's time to go do the final fights for each path. I decided to take the Elite Four down next. As you can see, we have had a couple more resets in between. Once against Rika, once against Larry, and twice against Hassel due to Noivern outspeeding us. But we did beat Hassel even after taking the Super Fang, thanks to a crit on the third attempt against Baxcalibur. For Geeta's fight, we are at level 64 with a time of 6 hours 58 minutes, and we have changed our Terra type now to normal as well because of Rika. Geeta leads with a Sparfra, which we take down, and then Avalog comes in, we take that down with a Flamethrower. King Gambit gets taken down also with a Flamethrower after we terrestrialize. Just in case it has Sucker Punch, I'm not 100% sure if it does or not, but I was not willing to risk it for a reset. After King Gambit is beaten, Geeta then sends in Go-Go, which we beat with Flamethrower. Geeta is very weak to fire on this team. I think this is like the third Pokemon that's got a fire type weakness. Veluza's in next, and we can take that out with Energy Ball. We could have used Dark Pulse as well. I think either one would have been enough. But Energy Ball takes it out, meaning that Geeta is down to their ace Pokemon, Glimmora, which is going to terrestrialize to a Rock type. And then we're going to go for Energy Ball as it's super effective. Terrestrialization takes so long. We outspeed it, hitting the Energy Ball, taking it out, meaning that we have beaten the Elite Four and the champion. So moving on to the next fight. Arven's up next to finish off his pathway. Arven's team is probably like one of my favourites in this game, I won't lie. It's definitely the most diverse, but he does have a big fighting type weakness, and we've got Aura Sphere. So Greedent falls to a single Aura Sphere before Garganacle is sent in. Garganacle is very bulky, like even on the special side more bulky than I remember. So we terrestrialise against it, hitting an Aura Sphere, taking it down low before we get hit back in return. Luckily for us, Stone Edge actually missed, so another Aura Sphere takes the Garganacle out before Arven then sends in Toescrawl. I like Toescrawl. That's not relevant. Flamethrower is enough to take Toescrawl out. I know that wasn't relevant, I just really like Toescrawl's design. I just think it looks funny. Scovillain comes in, and Scovillain falls to a Psychic. We did do this before. I have had a reset against Arven just due to not taking my Mastiff out in a hit and then getting crit. But Cloyster's up next. We hit Aura Sphere, it goes down. It's a big fighting weakness for Arven overall. And Mastiff is of course Arven's ace Pokemon. It's got Intimidate, but it's not going to affect us, we're special attackers. Arven does terrestrialise Mastiff to be Dark type, boosting its Dark moves obviously. With that we hit Aura Sphere, just miss out on the KO, take a Crunch, but we're faster and Crunch doesn't do even half to us. So with that, Arven is beaten, and that is one path done, 2 left to go. Champion Nemona is next, and we're at level 73 at this point, 5 levels higher than we were against Arven. Got a time of 7 hours, 30 minutes. We did try this straight after Arven at 69, but we weren't quite high enough to beat it fully. So at the start of the fight, we're going to terrestrialise. It gets rid of our weakness to rock and ground. As Like and Rock goes for a drill run, outspeeding us, and we take it out with Energy Ball. Nemona's next Pokemon should be Pawmot, as we have the fighting weakness now. But we have Psychic, we are faster than it, we'll take it down, and that's that threat dealt with. Next up is Orthworm. We have both fire moves and fighting. Orthworm was never going to be a challenge, and it falls to Flamethrower. The Dunsparce is in next. Oh, we don't have the fighting move, I forgot we got rid of it for Dragon Pulse, but that's not relevant. Psychic takes it very low as Hyper Drill hits us down to just above half, and another Psychic finishes off the Dunsparce. We have Dragon Pulse because of Goodra. I forgot all about Goodra. Goodra is the next one in. Dragon Pulse will take it to around half-ish, and we get hit with a Dragon Pulse in return, taking us low, before we can finish it off with another Dragon Pulse. Nemona's final Pokemon is obviously the starter that she chose at the beginning, this time being Quaquaval, and it is going to terrestrialise to be a pure water type, getting rid of the fighting. So we're going to go for Energy Ball once the terrestrialization's finished. We outspeed it and take it down in a single hit, meaning that we've only got Penny left to go. Our final fight is, of course, Penny to finish off the Team Star storyline. We're at level 74 with a time of 7 hours 44 minutes. And we're going to start off by terrestrializing against the Umbreon so we don't get hit with foul play or anything. But Umbreon just goes for baby doll eyes. It does have priority, but it doesn't bother us as we're not physical attackers, meaning that we can take Umbreon out on the second turn thanks to a Aura Sphere. Penny's next Pokemon after that is Flareon, and we hit a Psychic, just missing out on the KO. And this is the only time our ability comes into play, as it goes for a fire move against us, powering up our next fire move before hitting us with a quick attack and falling to Psychic. Vaporeon is after, and Energy Ball will just miss out on the KO as Vaporeon lands a Hydro Pump against us, doing a little bit of damage, not too much, before Energy Ball can finish it off after another Baby Doll Eyes. This is why I hate this team when I'm a physical attacker. After that, Jolteon comes in, and it does outspeed us but misses the Thunder, luckily, because if it didn't we wouldn't have won this turn. Flamethrower takes it out, leading to Leafeon, which we outspeed and burn to a crisp with Flamethrower. Penny's ace Pokemon is, of course, a Sylveon, which is going to terrestrialize to the Fairy type. We go for Flamethrower as we wait for the terrestrialization animations to play. We outspeed as Flamethrower takes Sylveon very low, and Moonblast also takes us very low. Like I said, if that Thunder had hit, we'd have lost here. But because we survive, we're faster, we take out Sylveon, and that's it. All of the 3 main stories are done, only Area 0 to go. After our trek through Area 0, we have one final bite left for Armarouge to win. We are at level 76, which is not the lowest level we've been here, but is very low compared to some of the others. Mewtwo is obviously the lowest level at 70, and then Goldengo is 73 at this point. But still very good compared to most of them being 80 to 90-ish. And we've got a time of 8 hours and 32 minutes. Toro leads off with Iron Moth as we take it down with a Psychic. Next up is Iron Thorns, which gets taken out with Energy Ball. Flamethrower is enough to deal with Iron Jugulus. And Iron Bundle comes in. It is faster than us, so we go for Energy Ball. We don't terrestrialize because we've had one reset, and Iron Valiant is faster than us and has fighting moves, so we can't terrestrialize, but we take it out as it only goes for Snowscape. Doesn't benefit us. Iron Hands is slower than us. It is very bulky, but Psychic will take it out on the second turn thanks to a fake out hitting us and flinching us, obviously. As I said, Toro's ace Pokemon is Iron Valiant. It is faster than us. It is Fairy type. Has fire move. It's a good Pokemon overall. Doesn't terrestrialize. Goes for a poison jab against us, which doesn't do too much, and Psychic takes it out in a single hit, meaning that Armarouge has completed the challenge. as we reach the end now, and it's the Battle of Miraidons. Firstly, I want to say a massive thank you to anyone who's made it this far into the video. These do take a lot of time to do, some a lot more than others, but I appreciate it and I enjoy doing the runs. I hope you enjoy watching them. Talk about Armarouge as a run. I thought Armarouge would be a lot more difficult. Our resets crept up once we hit the Elite Four, but only being on 3 before that point was really good. So Armarouge really out-surprised me, and I'm curious to see how Armarouge does as the counterpart for the next video, because I thought Armarouge would beat Armarouge easily, like hands down. Our completed time after the credits was 8 hours 52 minutes, which makes this the first non-YouTube run to be under 9 hours as well, meaning that Armarouge is our fastest run so far by quite a bit of time, to be honest. I think the next fastest is 9:26, which is Gengar. I believe that's the next fastest one that we've done so far. So overall, really surprised by Armarouge. I would have liked not to have changed my Terra, or to have had the Psychic instead of the Fire earlier, but they aren't big issues. Armarouge has been a lot of fun, a lot of surprises, and I've really enjoyed it. So I hope you've enjoyed this video too, and stay tuned for the next video. Thank you once again, and if you want to, feel free to like and subscribe for more videos.